Hey everyone. Hello. What's up? It's your boy Ron, aka Ron the Artist, coming to you live. And welcome to Ron's Recap. I'm here today to recap and review the TV show Growing Up Hip Hop LA, Season 6, Episode 27, titled Breaking Generational Curses. I like that title. Now let's get into it. Let's get into it. All right. The episode started off with Brianna filling in TT about her arrest done in front of her son and while being recorded on Instagram Live. This was all due to someone allegedly stealing Brianna's car legally with the cops by their side, due to Brianna putting the car in that person's name. And Brianna. Like, come on now. Brianna Latrice. I really like you. I really like you, but this was not it. I hate to use this term, but that was a ghetto move. Like, come on now. Like, ghetto. Stop putting expensive things like cars and houses and property and land in someone else's name to get what you want, to save a few dollars. Now, that's to people in general. Don't do that, because you see what could potentially happen with that. Somebody will get money hungry and then come for whatever possession that's rightfully theirs because it's in their name. Like, just don't do that, because messy stuff like that happen, and it just is not good. That was not cute. And ultimately, look how that turned out for her. You know, I don't wish that on Brianna. I don't wish that police scenario where she got her shotgun, police detaining her, quote unquote. Took 2 hours for them to book her or figure out what they wanted to book her for. And then there's some tell her where the car went, with the woman who took the car or the person that took the car. I'd like to know that. Latrice, what happened to the car? What happened to the car after the fact? All right, up next. Actually, no. Still on that topic, that matter had Brianna completely on edge about her safety and well-being within her home. When that is troubling to me. Like, I don't want to get too political or too in your face, but we African Americans definitely feel like that in this day. Like, we don't have a safe space. If we can't be safe in our homes, where can we be safe at? Again, not going to get too much into it, but answer that question. And whoever is, watching this, if African Americans cannot be safe in their home, where can they be safe at? To TT inviting Bree to the upcoming wedding. That was the moral of TT giving her a call, to invite her to the wedding, and Bree's going to go, thankfully. Next up, Boogie and Savannah. They were catching up over lunch, eating food. Boogie gets a FaceTime call from JoJo, inviting them to his private video screening for his artist. After the call, Boogie saw the Brianna arresting situation on Instagram, blindsided him because he thought him and Brianna were a little better than that. He felt like, I guess, that Brianna should have told him before he caught wind of that on the internet. So he felt a little betrayed, or I guess that gave him a little insight on what's the depth of their friendship at that moment. And realization hit him. It hit him with his friendship with Bree and this weird little space that they ended up talking about later in the episode. We'll get to that soon. Okay, on to the link up with JoJo, Eric, Twist, Lazy Bone, and Devin. Stuff got a little petty over a card game, over spades. Black folk don't play about spades now. It get real loud and rough and all of that XYZ. I guess Devin was being a little loud when it came to the spades game. And Twist and Lazy Bone really didn't like that. But, okay, they stepped to the side. Them two, Lazy Bone and Twist, stepped to the side to have a personal discussion about real life situations that were relatable between the two of them. And honestly, sidebar, their vibe and their aesthetic is very similar to me. Like Lazy Bone said, like he see a lot of himself in Twist, and I can see that, like, physically, in their vibe, they're both, like, seem to be very mellow in their aesthetic, their style, dreads, and just glasses, and style, again, their vibe, and it just seems cohesive, if that makes sense. Okay, so, you know, they were talking about that. Meanwhile, Twist is preparing and stressing his upcoming performance because he feel like he got to live up to the Young Money situation. He got to live up to the Young Money name. And McMahon, they already looking at him as a liability or whatever, so he got to do well. He got to make them proud. And he killed it. He did that. Next up, it's time for the JoJo, private video screening. It's time for JoJo's private video screening. Instantly, everyone is concerned about the presence of his wife, because apparently she hasn't been very present with his events, and everyone has taken note of it, and they was kind of dragging him for it. And I was just like, come on now, y'all. If it was just one event Tenise didn't show up for, probably was an important event. I get that y'all are concerned, but don't drag the man about his wife not being there. Like, really putting pressure on him and stipulations and all of that, because clearly there's issues going on in the home. And mind your business, y'all. Mind your business. Mind your business. The woman came. Tenise eventually showed up, and I was proud, and I'm glad she did, because I know JoJo was getting a little nervous about it. And to just kind of shut everyone up about her not coming because everybody was drilling them, and that wasn't okay. That wasn't fair. That wasn't fair. That wasn't okay. But I'm glad she showed up. Brianna eventually arrived to the video screening shortly afterwards and was faced to address the elephant in the room between her and Boogie. They got to it, and honestly, I'm not sure what the real reason they have a conflict with each other about. But honestly, I think they got feelings for each other. Brianna and Boogie, they got a soft spot for each other for sure. I do know seasons ago that Brianna let it be known that she liked him, that she liked Boogie, and I don't know if Boogie necessarily liked her back in that same way. And I also know that Brianna was a real friend to him, especially when he was going through, stuff for the sobriety and his addiction. Brianna held him down, and I guess when he deflected that to her about her possibly having a drinking problem, when she quote unquote says she doesn't, that hit a soft spot for that really, I guess, burn her, lit fire under her ass, and that pissed her off. So I guess that drove a wedge between them. But honestly, I think it's a little bit of romance feelings there. Maybe they've had a moment off screen between each other that we don't know about. Maybe not. But I feel like there's a little bit more than friendship with them. I feel it and see it. And I'm sure that I can't be the only one that feel it and see it. So I just feel like they're scared to explore it, actually. Scared to explore it, and why? Well, I guess Boogie has a girlfriend now, but if y'all are both single, y'all both care about each other, y'all both, are known to have each other's back, go for it. Life is too short, y'all. Life is too short. Go for it. See what happens. Their friendship is cute and weird. Last thing I wrote on my notes, their friendship is cute and weird. He hugged it out. I guess they're going to be there for each other, back in each other's space, in each other's life, and that's that. They're cordial. We're going to see where it goes. Okay. Oh, back to JoJo and Tenise. I hope they work out their marital issues. I can tell they genuinely love each other. They just aren't in the most peaceful space at the moment. Like, the marital problems, maybe there's arguing. Stuff definitely, I'm sure, that's going on behind the scenes that we don't know about. I don't know, but I definitely can tell they love each other. They don't want to get divorced. They don't want to separate. They truly love each other. That was brought up, that D word was brought up tonight by Tenise. And she said, she doesn't want to get to that, but she feel like they are along the lines of it or whatever. I just hope they don't get to that. Work it out. Do what y'all need to do. Work it out, because that situation feels pretty, I won't say it appears that there's a lot of genuine love for each other there. I don't know what's going on in their home, but I hope they work it out. I do. I wish them well. I wish them peace, happiness, and love. TT and her fiance, they're having issues with some of their guests not being vaccinated for their wedding. And I'm not going to weigh in on that. I don't want to get too political with that either on that topic. But respect to people's time and spaces in that scenario, you should probably get vaccinated for your loved ones, for your loved one's wedding. That's all I'm going to say to that. Like, it's your decision. That's you. But in that scenario, if somebody is inviting you to their wedding, and they're like, okay, it's one thing, we need you to be vaccinated for the sake of probably elders and other people that are going to be there, you should probably handle that however you need to. Just saying, like, that's not fair to other people. Egypt and Sam in Las Vegas. Egypt and Sam in Las Vegas. I didn't realize they lived in Las Vegas. But I guess maybe I'm a little... I just came back into the season. I ain't gonna lie to y'all. I just came back into the season with the show. I was a fan of it earlier in the show, but I kind of got lost in it a little bit. But they're in Las Vegas. They got a visit by Eric, aka Lil Eazy-E. And Eric and Egypt and Sam are like, stressing about Sam's legal troubles. And honestly, it seemed a little weird how Eric seemed so eager / so easily to let go of Egypt if he gets incarcerated. Like, I was like, huh? Like, he's like, I'm not going to, even if I go for 30 days, I'm not going to, hold obligation to her, let her go live her life and ... And I'm like, huh? That was real fishy to me, that you are easily to let go of somebody that you're quote unquote supposed to marry or you're about to marry. Like, as I said, I'm coming back to this show, but the last time I watched this show, I do know that I didn't really care for Egypt and Sam together. It rubbed the entire family wrong, especially TT. I remember Peppa being a little blind to it, and I remember Egypt's dad being a little bit, on the fence with it. Ultimately, I wish them well as well. I really do. But I just found that weird that he was so easily to accept him being incarcerated and her to go live her life, even if it's a short period of time. Like, I don't know how to feel about that. I feel like that might be a little bit of a red flag, actually. So, whatever. On to Brianna. Brianna, that last scene. Brianna can actually sing. I love her voice. She has that vibe, that sultry vibe, and, she's an artist. I relate. She's an artist. I love her. I love Brianna. I do. I love Brianna's soul. I love her artistry. In spite of the drama, I guess, that she is known for bringing or having in the past, she's real. And I can tell very genuine and sweetheart. She's a sweetheart. She just don't take shit. She don't accept bullshit from people. And I love her for that, On to Brianna, seriously being traumatized by her interaction with the police. Again, as I talked about earlier, that happened in front of her son. That triggered things from her past, with living in poverty, panhandling as a child. And she said her parents try to act like it didn't happen, and I don't know how necessarily that did trigger that from that, but she's just like, I guess maybe it's triggering because of her son. But I guess she's feeling like, she doesn't ever want to be in that space with her son, being broke and being taken out of a situation or homeless or whatever the case may be. And that police situation really put her in that position, and that really messed her up. And she didn't want the girl that came to see her at the studio to touch her or nothing. And she was emotional. And first I was like, okay, a little bit, she's being a little dramatic, but it's deeper than a police situation. The police situation is definitely the cherry on top and what really, was the volcano eruption. But I do feel like she probably needs to see a therapist or a counselor or something if she's open to that. I hope she does. I hope something. I wish her well. I wish her well too. I wish her happiness, peace, and love, and she finds clarity with that. And I'm like TT said earlier, in the episode. I'm surprised that she was not suing LAPD for that BS. I don't know. I don't know, but I wish you well. So that's all I got for you guys this week. That's all I got for you guys this week. If you're watching this on Instagram right now with me, we are live. If you're watching this on YouTube, this is not live. This has been taken from Instagram and uploaded to YouTube. If you're watching this on YouTube, please subscribe, comment, like, or share. Like, let's talk. Especially heavy on the comments. Let's talk in the comments about the recap. How did I do? How did you feel about the episode? How do you feel about what I said? Let's talk about it. If you're on Instagram, in the comments, like, share, whatever. Let's talk about it. Let's talk about the recap. Let's talk about it. I can be found on YouTube at Ron the Artist or ArtRon14. And I can be found on Instagram at rta.tv. Even on TikTok at Ron, R-O-N, the artist, number 1. RONTHEARTIST, number 1. And I got a main Instagram page. That's more art-based. Ron the Artist, RONTHEARTIST. Check me out. Find me. Let's chat. I'm here for an open conversation. It's great, chatting with you guys and reviewing and recapping. Until next week, guys. Until next time. Peace.